Yeah, Charlie, you were the super sub today, coming on and scoring late late in the match. How do you keep yourself ready for those moments when your name's called?
Yeah, so there's a lot of preparation that goes into it. I've been injured for 12 weeks, so I mean, just staying present in the moment, doing what I need to do to get back healthy, and then when your time comes, just taking your moment really.
So you guys controlled the first half primarily. They didn't have a lot of chances, and then they got off to a strong start in the second half. How do you think you were able to sort of turn it around as a team after they equalized at 1-1?
Yeah, I think Orange County started fairly well in the first 15 minutes, and then we grew into the game, and from there really controlled it. That's our identity, and that's how we want to play going forward, is to play with confidence and dominate the whole game, to be honest. So yeah, it's a massive positive that we could close the game out and win by 2 goals. Now's the time to keep pushing, especially in the middle of the seasons. There's a lot of points to be had, more games this year, so it's going to take everyone.
Spoke there about confidence, and that kind of showed in the way you guys were playing when you guys were 1-0 up. A lot of the ball between the 29th minute before the end of the half. Didn't give Orange County much chances. Is that,
Yep.
You already mentioned, that's the way you guys want to play. Was that something that you guys were trying to push into the second half before Orange County got that equalizer?
Yeah, I mean, confidence comes from working hard on the training field and then taking what you do there into the game, playing well and winning. That's the only way you'll build confidence within the team. And I think if we keep playing like that, you build sort of an aroma, a chemistry within the group that you go out there, you know you're going to win before you even step foot on the pitch, and that's the sort of mentality and attitude that we want to have.
You spoke about mentality and trust, and then obviously that breakaway where you got your goal.
Yeah.
It was Hope who gave you the assist.
Formella, I think.
Formella.
Yeah.
Formella. And then of course you guys are up 3-1, kind of dropped into more defensive shape, but looked very confident. They had a few chances, but just couldn't connect. Did you guys feel like you were just better overall than Orange County? Heading into those last 15 minutes, even though they put a lot of pressure. Yeah,
so I think we did have a few spells there where we kept the ball well, but there was also moments where we sort of gave away the ball cheaply. And we'll definitely review that, and we know there was still a few mistakes in there, and if we clean that up, if you look at top teams that go on and win trophies in leagues, they don't make those mistakes. You don't allow teams to come back at the end and get late goals, because that's when you can drop points, and you see it all the time where teams concede at the end, and it can cost you at the end of the year when you need points.
Off that Formella assist, can you assess a little bit about the chemistry on that during that sequence, how you immediately have an impact playing there?
Yeah, I mean, this year I've been moved out to right wing from midfield, so I sort of embraced that role a little bit, but like I said, I'm just coming back from injury. We broke out from the midfield, won the ball, JP played forward, made a third-man run, and I know the quality that Formella has on his pass, so he found me perfectly to my feet, and I wanted to get the ball onto my left foot against the defender's momentum, and then that's where it came down just to putting the ball in the corner, really.
What have you observed about how the team is playing during this current unbeaten streak?
Yeah, I think guys have stepped up when they needed to. If you look at the players that started at the beginning of the year, like the coach said, there's going to be new players stepping in due to injury, people going on international duty, so it's about embracing your role. When your time comes, everyone needs to perform, because at the end of the day, it only matters what happens in the 90 minutes.
This thing is centre back with definitely an attacking mentality, definitely some attacking quality. You scored that key second goal. What does that sort of dimension bring to the team?
Yeah, when goals come from all over the pitch, when your centre-back scoring goals, that's a great sign. He's also been massive defensively, and that's his main role. So since he's come in, he's been excellent. Looking forward to more time with him, and hopefully he keeps pushing and keeps leading the team like he is.
Do you have any advice for Cyrus making his first start today, and just being 16 years old? Any advice that you gave to him?
Yeah, I mean, these boys that are coming through the academy, they're training with us every day, so they're growing, they're learning from what we do. Football players will come as you go, grow through your career and stuff like that. And I'm sure he's learned a lot from training with us. He just needs to keep pushing. It's not going to happen overnight. This football career takes a long time. You got to keep learning, do the right things, and yeah, it'll take care of itself.
What have you appreciated about working with Coach Pop?
Yeah, I love his work ethic. To be honest, every day, there's no taking your foot off the pedal. I love training, and he's someone that makes sure the attitude's right every day. And at the end of the day, the way we prepare for games will sort of set us up and give us that advantage when we play at the weekend.
One of the things you talked about was teams dropping points, and obviously you guys now 4 games unbeaten. New Mexico and El Paso both drawing today.
Okay.
Teams at the top. Do you guys think you can use this momentum going on the road, get some crucial points that'll help you out, heading into the playoffs in a few months?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't look at the table too much, but I know it's quite close in points. And to be honest, it's there to be had. So whichever team wants to go there and start winning games week in, week out and show that they can do that, then they're going to pay dividends towards the end of the season, because every game's important, and the more points you pick up can separate you from the rest of the pack. So it's important that we get the little details right, because in the end they add up to the points.
You mentioned playing on the right wing. You moved into that role this season. How do you feel you compare in that role to more centrally, like we've seen you last season and throughout your time in USL?
Yeah, I mean, moving out to the wing, you get more chance at goal, whereas being in the midfield, I'd do a little bit more defensive work, which I don't mind doing, but I'm a creative player, and I can make things happen in the final third. So scoring goals, that's the hardest part in football, so I love to do that as well, and hopefully I'll get more opportunities when you got midfielders like Hope and Noble and Emma's that's just come in. They're going to be able to find you and feed you good opportunities, so it's about taking those chances.